Hi! Imagine me actually having makeup on today. So here's the look. I have been out for a couple of hours, so it's not like crisp. And I'm wearing my little ghost cat earrings today. Very cute. Today, we went out with a couple of people from my band. Some of the saxophone players wanted to do a little get together, so we met up at a restaurant and just got to hang out for a little bit. So that was fun. Immediately after that, I ran to a gas station because I met someone who is interested in buying one of my guitars. I'm not really a string player. I've tried learning guitar, I tried learning bass, and honestly, I could just never get the hang of it. Oh my god, hang on. So yeah, I've just never been able to learn it. I tried learning a couple of songs, but I can't get in my head the chords and the fingerings and how to read for it. I don't know, it's just weird. So yeah, I met someone on Facebook Marketplace and I sold him my guitar and he was so excited about it. I was just so happy that this guitar was gonna go to someone who was gonna get a good use out of it, you know? It was kind of funny because he was telling me that this was his dream guitar and he was trying to buy one from someone for $300 and I was selling mine for $200, and I was yeah, I'm not doing this to make as much money as possible. I wanted to sell the guitar because I just wasn't playing it and I wanted it to go to someone who would actually use it and put new life into it, because you know, I did just have that moment when I was I was looking at all the instruments that I have in my house and thinking, wow, these would be great instruments for people who actually know how to play them. These would be great instruments for people who, you know, are actually interested in learning them or playing them. But yeah, I was talking to someone on my stream the other day, and he was kind of in the same boat where he knows how to play a couple of songs on them but is not proficient, and I was yeah, that sounds a lot like me too. Because, you know, I'm a saxophone player and I play the flute. I can play the flute pretty proficiently, but, you know, I don't know how to play trumpet. I don't know how to play trombone or violin or guitar or bass. And I have all these instruments in my house and they're just sitting there, not being used. And I was wow, that's really depressing. So I went through and made marketplace listings for my BC Rich guitar, my con trombone, and my etude trumpet. Hang on, this fucking lady's... Thank fucking god, oh my god. I hate when that happens. I'll be sitting here telling a good story, and then someone has to just come up and interrupt me. Damn. But anyways, I made marketplace listings for my trombone and my trumpet because the fact of the matter is I don't have time to dedicate to learning them. I would love to learn how to play trumpet or trombone or even guitar or bass, but I don't have the time to dedicate to it that would be necessary to even get a foundational level in those instruments. And I'm not gonna pay for private lessons. Oh, that's okay. Hi, we are home now. My partner got back to the car and then we just came straight home. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, I just really wanted to take a look at the things that I have and the things that I don't use anymore and maybe rehome them to someone who will appreciate them more than I do. And I feel very strongly about music and my instruments that I have, because I'm sure there's a high school student in my neighborhood who would love to have a brand new trumpet and they don't have to rent one from the school anymore. I've been in the process of finding new homes for the instruments that I don't play. The guy who bought my guitar was super stoked about it. He was so happy. He was very excited about it. So I'm so happy to see it go to a new home. Anyways, I have a couple of gigs coming up next week that I'm so excited for and so nervous for at the same time. They're in a part of town that I never travel to, so I'm like a little anxious about getting there. I'm a little worried about finding parking and stuff, but I think I'm gonna try to find someone to carpool with. We only have 11 parking passes, and the rest of us who don't carpool are gonna have to pay for their ticket, which I really don't want to do. But our next gig after that is gonna be a fundraiser event specifically for us. It's thrown for us by the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, I believe is their name. Looking forward to that. We're gonna have to wear blue, and I found that out today. Apparently, we're gonna have to wear all blue, and I didn't know that prior to today, so I'm really happy I went to that meeting, or else I wouldn't have known. So yeah, I have to go out and find a whole blue outfit. I think I'm just gonna buy it and then wear it one time and return it. And I know that's a shitty thing to do, but I am never gonna wear blue ever again. Or maybe I can rent one from somewhere, I don't know. Other than that, what else have we been doing? We're looking forward to marching band season, which will be exciting. Apparently we have a lot of parades we're gonna be in this year. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna play Bari sax in my marching band, so that's exciting. Yeah, that's all for now. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh my altars because I'm a couple days late on that, but it is April 5th, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my monthly refresh going, and you guys can see how I do my altars every month. You know what this is.
Hi, buddy. You can't have any peanut butter. I'm sorry. Thank you, honey.
Hello, we are back home. We ran out and did a little bit of running around, did a little bit of shopping. Today is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
The 9th, and I have a very, very, very busy weekend coming up. We spent a little bit of time today just running around doing all the shopping we need to do so I don't have to worry about it over the weekend. We have 2 jazz gigs coming up. I have one on the 10th and I have one on the 12th. I'm equally like feeling fine about it and a little bit nervous just because the one on the 10th, we're not gonna have our director. Tomorrow, the gig we're playing, it's like a lawyer convention. It's like a 3-day convention where like lawyers and like child service workers, apparently it's like a very pro DEI kind of situation, which is why they hired us. So that's exciting. Like I'm happy that these people spent their money hiring us over like any other performers. I'm very excited, I'm looking forward to it, and I would love to do more stuff like this, but unfortunately, we're not gonna have our director because he is a school teacher and our gig is at like 5 p.m. He's probably gonna be at the school until like 4 p.m. and not have any time to get to the show, so we're just going in without him. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to record because my partner is not gonna be able to come with us. I looked up the prices for this fucking convention and it's like $800. So I'm going in solo and hopefully I can just like record a little bit, like maybe I'll get like the venue or whatever. But yeah, I'll let you guys know how that goes when the time comes. I'm gonna spend a little bit of today just practicing my set list again. I guess I could show you a little bit of the haul that I did. We did stop today and get a little treat because we wanted to celebrate a little bit. My partner, I believe, got hired for a job that he was really looking forward to. And I'm so proud of him and I'm so happy that he did this. But yeah, and he's actually gonna be making more than he expected, which is so great. So proud of him. I wanted to, you know, we went out and did a little bit of celebrating today. And by a little bit, I mean, we just got coffee and then we stopped at one of our favorite places to go to, which is Lion and Blue, one of my favorite places ever. It's a small business located in Lakewood, Ohio. If anyone is in the Northeast Ohio area, I would highly, highly, highly recommend going and checking them out at least once. Imagine Witchcraft store meets small boutique. They sell candles, incense, oil, smudge sticks, like all of the witchy things. And then they also have like a huge section of the store that's just like a gift shop / clothing store / accessories. Like, go there, please. Like, they have everything you could ever think of. I got my usual rotation of incense that I like to use. I got some India Temple, Dragon's Blood, of course, their hand-dipped incense, 8 different kinds. I always love going there. It's like my favorite place to shop at. I would like to go more, but you know, money. I don't have anything else really going on for the rest of today. Normally I would have band practice, but we're in our off season because we're getting ready for marching band. We just ended our last concert cycle, and if you guys are interested in watching that video, you can check that out here. I'll link it below and you can watch that if you want. It was Broadway themed, which I'm not a fan of Broadway music. Like, I'm not a musical person, but we did have some incredible vocalists come on and perform with us. But yeah, that's my chit chat for today. I will check back in with you guys tomorrow before the show. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to record, but I will definitely let you guys know how it goes afterwards if I don't get to show you like the place we're playing at. I'm gonna do my best to record Get Ready With Me, I guess. Today's the day of our first gig, the one for the lawyer convention. It's around 2:30. I like to get ready earlier than I have to, just to avoid any like mishaps. My vision is terrible, so if at any time you see me like duck off to the side, it's because I can't see what I'm doing. I already did my eyebrows. I actually reshaped them this morning. I think they turned out pretty good this time. Cover up, concealer. I am breaking out a little bit, like I always am for these shows. It's like every time there's a show, you know I'm gonna have a breakout. So that's another thing, actually. I do not use foundation. If I do use foundation, I just use like a little bit of powder, because my skin is not happy anytime I do that. Every single time I have tried to wear foundation. I break out horribly. Concealer to just cover up the acne, and then I use it to prime my eyes because I don't have a primer. I don't really care to buy one. I'm gonna go in with my gel eyeliner. I might have to use the other mirror for this, actually. Yeah, I need the big mirror for this. Sorry, guys. The reason I use a gel eyeliner for top and bottom is because my liquid eyeliner always comes off, especially if I'm wearing it for a long time. So I use the gel instead with my hooded eyes. So that way, if it does smudge around a little bit, it just adds to the smoky eye look instead of coming off completely. We're gonna do a little bit of a wing, a little bit of an inner corner situation, and I'll get back to you. And here's what we're left with. I feel like they're a little uneven, but that's fine. I'm happy with how it looks. Next, I go in with my eyeshadow, and I just fill in this top lid and blend it out to the wing. I would love to do makeup for you guys more, but I'm so like visually impaired that it's really hard to like actually see what I'm doing. And before anyone says, why don't you just get contacts? I don't want to wear contacts. I'm not gonna do it. Just wear contacts now. I'm not doing that. It'll be a warm day today. I'm gonna go in with my powder foundation. Typically I don't contour either, I'm not a fan of the look personally. If you contour, that's fine and dandy for you. I just can't be bothered with it. That's the look. Now I do a reveal for myself. Okay. I just got a text from the guy who's gonna pick me up, and he's gonna be here a little bit earlier than we anticipated, which is fine for me because I'm ready to go now. What it's like living with a man. I'm kidding. I love him very much. He made me breakfast. And here's what he made me. He made me eggs, toast, some bacon, and this is a Dunkin' cup, but we just reused it because we went out yesterday, and he made me some coffee at home. Okay, you guys are gonna get the worst fit check ever. You get the idea.
AI has been in the news a lot lately, and many recent discussions on the future of this topic have been reduced to 140 characters or inflammatory sound bites that rarely include kindness, consideration, or introspection of facts. MLA is still committed to the inclusion and fairness, and it is and has always been a core pillar of our organization. And we are all working through this very difficult time in this country, and especially the legal industry, to achieve our goals.
It is a little bit later in the day. I just got home. I'm already changed out of my suit because it is hot as fuck today. But the show went well. Everyone loved us. Unfortunately, the footage I got is kind of bad. The footage I got was terrible. I recorded a couple of songs with my phone just in my pocket with the camera poking out. That didn't work that well. I tried putting my phone on my stand and playing, and like I couldn't see what was being recorded, so when I looked at it now, it's just like the very top of my head is the only thing you can see. Until we have a show, my partner can record us for me. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film the solo adventures, but it's okay. We sounded great. So our set list was a little bit shorter than the time allotted for us, so we ended up pulling a couple of extra songs. We ended up adding Nola Roller, Take 5, and what's the other one? Whatever. Like, if you guys want the set list, I'll go ahead and put it up on screen here for you guys. But we added a couple of extra songs, which was totally fine. The only thing is, Take 5, if you don't know, is in 5/4. Feeling Good. It starts in 12/8, and then it goes to 6/4, and then it goes to cut time 12/8, and then it goes back to 12/8 for the end. We actually kept it together pretty well. I think we sounded really good. We were getting cheers, people were clapping for us, people were cheering. Some people wanted an encore, and we were like, well, we don't have anything else we can play for you guys, unfortunately. But yeah, I think it went really well. I'm really excited for the show coming up on Saturday, where we're gonna play our full set list, where we actually have our director and we get food. I want to do more gigs this year. I would love that. I'll see about getting a GoPro or something, you know, maybe I can strap you guys to the front of my bell or something. I think that would be fun. Bari Sax POV. All right, I will check back in with you probably tomorrow. Tomorrow I need to get my set list together, and we're gonna get the info for this other show on Saturday. So we don't know where we're parking, we don't know where the venue is, we don't know the call times. Which is so fun. Like, it's so fun being in this group of people. It's a little bit chaotic, but you know, at the end of the day, I love playing my instrument. I love performing with so many incredible, talented musicians, and I have a lot of fun with it. So, bye for now, and I'll check in with you guys either tomorrow or Saturday before the show. Hi, we're off to kind of a spontaneous start today. I did not have this planned, but apparently my partner, looking at you, arranged to get some new furniture today from an unknown source.
Action.
Yeah, and because this is an ADHD household, I did not have time to actually record what the rooms look like before he just started bamboozling, scrounging around, and moving everything.
For reference, this was right here.
Okay, so this is his office before we just pretend that is back in that corner. Before we start, the closet's over there. And then we just got this brand new desk. It's really nice. And unfortunately, this is what my office now looks like, because he just started tearing everything apart without warning.
Oddly enough, it's not too bad.
No, but there's just so much stuff everywhere. I need to get a rug to cover that part of the floor. Here's my office. Oh my god, yeah, all my stuff is all over the desk. And we just got this moved in here to replace the bookshelf that we had there. He's gonna take this bookshelf and move it. And I don't know what else any of this is gonna do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. This just started happening. I wasn't even a part of it. So we're just gonna see how it looks. And here's what the rest of the house looks like, because we just got all this new furniture and all the shelves for it. Got a new bookshelf, these 2 new cabinets. The other one looks pretty similar, and that's the old bookshelf from my room. But yeah, it's like a complete clusterfuck in here, and I'm just a part of the chaos now. Another day, another show. Okay, so I got my outfit ready in time. I just found out last week that the dress code is blue. I couldn't find blue pants, so I'm just wearing my regular black ones, but here's the fit. I'm not tucking the shirt in because it looks terrible on me. I know it's a little too big, but that's okay. I'm gonna wear it one time and that's it. It is a little too big, but that's fine. I'm just wearing it this one time and then never again. He's not awake.
I'm very tired.
exhausted by the time we were finished with everything, but we had a ton of fun. It was so fun to go and see the Sisters performance, to go and see all these people just coming together and enjoying the music we made. It was a great show. We sounded great. Everything was great. My partner did manage to get footage of pretty much every single song that we played. I'm thinking of just putting it all together in its own separate video. I chose 2 songs from both of our set lists to be included in this one, and I don't think I played the full thing for all of them because the video was just getting way too long. But if you guys are interested in seeing our full performance, I am likely gonna make another video coming out later. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. That was technically my first ever drag show that I've ever gone to, so that was exciting. One of the drag queens gave me a little bouquet of flowers, which I think was so sweet. She came up to me and handed them to me in between our sets. And I think that was really sweet. I don't know how to preserve these though. I think I'm gonna keep them in water for as long as I can. I would love to dry them. I know they're just carnations, but like, it was a really sweet thing for them to do. And I got the little vase for it. But yeah, that's my experience with the Blue Party this year. I would love to do another event like that in the future. It was a lot of fun. We all had a great time, and I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you like the music. If you would like to support me, you can subscribe to this channel. You can follow me on Twitch, Instagram, Blue Sky. I'm on all of the sites, all of the places. You can check those in the description. But okay, I'm gonna go for now, and I'll see you in the next one.